Here. Hello, hello. I'm Wendy Hyatt, and I have with me Miss Cari Powers. I am the social butterfly of the Worcester chapter of Polka Dot Powerhouse, and Cari is coming to us from the Treasure Valley chapter, the ginormous chapter.
Yeah.
And she spoke. She was a main stage speaker at our celebration this past October, and her topic was dynamite, and which is why Stephanie had asked her to be our guest speaker for this month. So Cari, I'm so excited to have you with us.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be there too. And I'm excited to keep talking to women about this topic because I think that it's really powerful and really meaningful to people.
Yeah, so tell us what's the title of your talk?
Well, the title of the talk that I did at Celebration was Your Body is the Least Interesting Thing About You. And so the talk that I'll give for the chapter next week is like a spin-off from that. So the gist of it is basically that an overly amount of focus on our looks is taking away from the focus of the awesomeness of our insides, and that it prevents us from showing up in the world in the way that we best can. And for people who don't know, I'm a personal trainer and nutrition coach. And so my business is all about helping people get healthy. And there's a really fine line. I mean, most women come to a trainer because they want to lose weight. They want their bodies to look different than they do today, right now. And that's okay. That's completely okay. I lost a bunch of weight myself because I wanted to look different. And I think that there is too much focus on how our bodies look. We have to just accept reality, which is that women want to look a certain way. And that's fine. But let's use that as our entry point for building like lifetime lifestyle, healthy habits, because everybody who ever loses weight on the other side of it, if they keep it off or if they stay healthy afterwards, they're grateful for the weight loss. But the things that are like powerfully emotionally moving to them are the ways that their health changed, the ways that they're able to do things that they couldn't do before, or the confidence that they can show up into a room with and things like that. And none of that ultimately ends up about being about how they look. So my talk is really, this is the long-winded way of saying it, but my talk is really about teaching strategies for how to get to a more neutral feeling about our bodies instead of fake positivity, or instead of what most people have as their default setting, which is really, really negative. Oh, I hate this. I don't like this. Oh, this is gross. But finding that neutral in the middle, because it's so much nicer to be able to operate from there. And then you make healthy changes from there, or you don't, but bare minimum, at least if we can find neutral, it's a happier place to live life every day.
Oh my gosh, yes, yes. And this is all about like self-forgiveness, and yeah, like at the end of the day what I learned was that what I've learned in my past was like if you can't be your own cheerleader, that's like I feel like that's number one, right? Like that helps you move forward. Whenever I was down on myself, it's just like I can't get anything done.
Right. Right.
So yeah, so you're gonna talk about strategies to get us into a I love that. I love that you're not like, oh, let's go from negative to positive. You're like, no, negative to neutral, and let's
Yeah.
start there. Because
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
And it's great if people can get to positivity, but for a lot of us, it's a really big step from negative to positive, and it feels fake. It feels
Yeah,
like a lie. I can't tell myself I love these thighs if I really think they're disgusting.
right.
But I can get myself to a place of saying, I have thighs.
Yeah.
That's just a fact, right? We're with the underpinning of all of this is divorcing our value as women from the way that we look. And
Mhm.
that's like a huge, gigantic mountain of a project. But this is one little entry point to start that.
Yeah. And I love that this is uh a conversation that like I would love to normalize, and this is the beginning of that.
Yeah.
So Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And I feel like it's so timely, especially around the holidays when people are like, okay, New Year's resolutions. And it's like,
Right.
it's the same thing. It's the same outward result, but it's the inside that we're working on.
Hmm.
So the
And the
inside
thing
for
that
lasting.
I have found
Mhm.
of after years of being in the fitness industry is that vanity or cosmetic reasons, and I say those without judgment. It's okay to be vain. It's normal. It's fine. But change for vanity or cosmetic or looks reasons, that's not a powerful enough motivator for people to change long term. Sometimes it works short term. You know, you're getting married. That's like the classic one. Everybody wants to lose weight for their wedding pictures. That's a really powerful motivator. But once the wedding is over, most people gain weight because they've been doing things that they can't do forever. So there's this, I like to I like to find the motivating factors that are not related to how we look. You have to have something longer term to keep you doing the things that are going to keep you healthy. And
Yeah,
that's why diets don't work because it's not a long-term motivator. It's a short-term cosmetic motivator, generally speaking. And as soon as the diet is done, the motivation is gone. And then so they're not building new habits. That's really the big thing.
right, right. And this is so powerful. As this hits home, especially for me, because I've had a period of my life in bodybuilding, and it was
Mhm.
all based on how you look
Mhm.
and just structuring yourself, and coming off of that has been really challenging for me. It's like, how do I find my purpose? How do I feel the same sense of accomplishment and pride without
Mhm.
that external piece, without that project and that grind? And how can I still love myself through that process and still feel like I'm important? Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So
And
it's
I know a handful of bodybuilders and figure competitors who have found it really, really empowering to get into that field and to take control of their bodies in that way. And as long as people are happy and healthy, I'm like, more power to them, right? But you have an interesting story of once you transition out of that, when you have had so much focus on just the visual, then how do you treat yourself kindly as an exit strategy? You know,
and
because
long
it has
term.
a very specific purpose. And once that purpose is gone, how do you retrain your brain that you're so much more than which striations of muscles you can see?
Right, right. And even during in the competition phase or journey, there's a post-comp blues, which is like 100% dealing with this. It's like you're coming off of this high and you had a goal, and once your goal is gone, what is there?
Yeah, then what?
Then what? Who are you? It's a scary place to be, very scary. And
Because that work that you have to do is all encompassing. I mean, that
yeah,
takes over your whole life to be that committed to the food and the exercise that you have to put in.
right. And
And then
it's
you have a big absence afterwards.
exactly, exactly, which is like the wedding situation, but it's like having two weddings a year. It's
That's
a
a
lot.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it is like the emotional roller coaster itself, let alone like how your body is like expanding, shrinking, expanding. Like
Right.
it's a lot. So,
Right.
I'm super excited. Like, this is just scratching the surface. Like, all of these
Yes.
topics, every time someone comes in for a presentation, it's just like, oh, there's so much more.
Yeah. Our 20 minutes to talk. It's never enough.
No. But anyway, so I hope people ha- are like curious to come, and I
Yeah.
love that we are virtual next week.
Mhm.
So Cari is going to be speaking with us on Wednesday, December 18th, 4:30 Eastern Standard, which is 2:30 your
Mountain time. Yep.
mountain time. And yeah, you'll have to hear the strategies, and you guys are going to be blown away. I guarantee.
Thank you. That's so kind, Wendy. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh, and then last question.
Yeah.
How did you pick purple for your hair?
Purple was just always my favorite color. And for a long time when I worked in corporate, I just joked that if I ever had a job that didn't care about my hair, I would dye it purple. And one day that was true. And it was the last job I had before I went independent and started working for myself. And then it became part of my like branding marketing. People recognized me for my hair. So even when I've like flirted with the idea of changing it back to just regular brown, it's been like, oh, who will I be anymore? I don't know. It's part of my business brand now in a weird way.
Yeah. No, I love it. And I love the fact that you talk about helping moms become superheroes because that
Hmm.
actually was my next goal after I was done competing. I'm like, what physique goal would I have? And I'm like, I don't really know. And I was like, you know what? I just want to look like a superhero.
Yeah, I love that. Want to look like you could
So,
lift a car off of somebody if need be.
yeah. And I'm like, let that be the goal instead of like how lean, like what fat percentage I have. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I love it. All
yeah.
right. To be continued, Carrie. We could talk forever.
We really could. We could do
Yeah.
this for a long time.
Yeah. So I will see you next week and I can't
Okay.
wait. And you guys better get signed up, get registered. All right. Talk to you
All
soon.
right. Thank you. Bye.